Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08 and welcome to the 15th episode of my Rails of Industry Minecraft series. In today's episode, I hope to automate ore processing at my facility in which I'm going to generate energy and I'm going to process ores automatically, hopefully. And so let's get started. So the first thing I want to do today is I want to build Impulse Item Duct. And Impulse Item Duct is actually fairly easy to make. All we need is regular item duct and energized glowstone. So I actually have a setup in which I can build this rather easily. So what I'm going to do is I have a magma crucible here and a fluid transposer here. In the magma crucible, I just need to drop the energized netherrack, and then in the fluid transposer, I just need to drop the item duct. And then that will turn into impulse item duct slowly over time. So the next thing I'm going to do is I need to find my automatic or advanced, I forget what it's called, the advanced item loader here. And I actually am going to need to automatically input some items into that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this export bus here. And I need to actually hook up to my applied energistic system. So let's see, I need to run it this way. So that's good. And let's get started here. The advanced item loader, what I can do is I can put the buses here and here. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to drop in 2 capacity cards, which unlocks all of the slots here, and then some acceleration cards on both of these buses here. So we'll do that real quick. And then on the advanced item loader over here, I also need to drop an export bus. And that won't need any cards, I don't think. I'm just going to be exporting some coal cokes so that the steam locomotive can get its energy. So now what I need to do is I need to grab Fluix cable, and I need to grab the items that I'm going to be exporting to those 2 advanced item loaders. So I have a list of the things I want to grab. And so let's get started with that. Let's get rid of the export buses for right now. I won't need those, I know that. And then let's kind of sort my inventory a little bit here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have a couple different systems at my new area. I'm going to have a pulverizer and a furnace setup, and then a pulverizer only setup. And so for the pulverizer and furnace setup, we're going to do things like iron ore, tin ore, copper ore. If I can find my iron ore here. Actually, it'd be easier if I just type in ore. So we have tin, we have copper. Iron is somewhere down here. Gold, silver, and nickel. So silver, gold is right there. Nickel is hiding from me. It's right there. And then let's see, yellowite, platinum, and lead as well. Yeah, so that's lead. We have yellowite right here. And platinum is right here. I'm not going to do uranium ore. I could go ahead and do that, but I'm not going to. Not right now anyways. So let's see here. And then that's for the pulverizer and furnace setup, all 9 of these ores. So for the pulverizer only setup, I'm going to do only 7 ores right now. We're going to do lapis. Let's see. Nether quartz, and that's right there. Redstone, there it is. Diamond, emerald, and then the Certus quartzes. So there's the Certus quartz. Emeralds are right here, and then diamonds are there. So that's the stuff I'm going to be taking and processing automatically, at least for right now. One more thing I do want to grab are some servos, and I will need those next door. And I actually am going to make a couple of the resonance servos here, and that is just because I know that they give a bigger item filter and everything, so that I will need to filter some items next door or at my ore processing facility, so I will need that. So I forgot to grab Fluix cable, and I need that, so let's grab that. I should have plenty of that. Yes, I do. And let's grab 2 stacks just for the heck of it. I'm pretty sure 1 stack would do, but having a little extra isn't going to hurt anything. Okay, so what I need to do now is I need to hook up these buses to my applied energistic system with this cable here. And they're hooked up there. Let's just run this up and then over and out. And this will get me underneath my main street, and then I can just hook it up to to the ME controller, which is out there underneath my street. So that is good. Let's pop up. And right now I'm not going to worry about making anything look pretty. I just want it to, I want to get it to work. Although it should be a pretty simple task, to be honest. Okay, so those buses should hook up relatively quickly. The next thing I want to do is I want to grab some item unloaders, and I want to set them up on the other side of the track, and I'll show you what I mean here in a second. So actually, I have a bunch of items I'm going to be taking next door, and they are in this modular storage unit. Let's get rid of all these ores for right now, because we don't need them anymore. And let's grab, do I have my item unloaders over here? I have them right here. So I have some locking track, and I'm going to need that both here and over my other base. Let's grab an item unloader, and I should only need one of those for right now. Looks like I'm getting a little freeze here. Okay, so I accidentally threw those, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is, actually I should probably grab a chest cart so that I can set a filter on the advanced item unloader here. Let's go back over here and let's set this up. So this will be to where I unload the cart over here, because I will need to unload it, hopefully. Oh shoot, I never set up those buses. That was dumb. Okay, so what I'm going to do real fast is I'm going to grab those items again, those items that I was going to put into the different inventories. And once I have those grabbed, I will be right back. Now that I have my ores in my inventories now, now I can actually set up the export buses that I meant to do earlier. So all I have to do is shift click these, and they will go into place. Real quickly, let's remove the filter because I don't need that filter to be there anymore. And then in this export bus, we just need to do these items over here, and that's good. And actually, I should put these items into that modular storage unit I have, because I will need to separate them when I get to my ore processing area. I will need to separate them, so let's just throw these in here so that we have them. And then let's continue with what I was going to do, and that is to actually set up the unloading area of my dock underneath here. So what I need to do is pretty simple here. I need to set up the advanced item unloader, and the advanced item loader and unloader are smart in that they will face track if there is track next to them. However, if there is track on two different sides of them, like right here, it will tend to face one's direction no matter what. For example, right here, they're all facing north, no matter which side I place them from. I think with a crowbar, I could probably rotate them, but I don't really need to worry about that or anything, so I'm not going to. Actually, I'm going to move this unloader over to right here, and that's just so I can more easily attach this flux cable up above, just to make things look a little bit neater. So what I need to do is I need to put a locking track right here, and I need to sort. I need to have the unloader only stop the chest carts. And so once the process is complete, which is this right here, it will send a redstone signal and allow the cart to pass. So the next thing I need to do is I need to put an import bus on this thing, and I did not mean to do that. And then I need to, actually I want to hook up some acceleration cards, and then I want to hook up this to my applied energistics ME system. So there we go. This should be the unloading. So once this cart gets back, it should have a bunch of items to unload into the unloader here. So that's fantastic. Okay, the next thing I need to do is I need to grab my impulse item duct, and I think I need to grab my modular storage unit right there, and I think we can be on our way to the ore processing area. So let's see if the impulse item duct is done. It probably should be. I only made 60 of them, and they are done. So I can get rid of the import buses and the flux cable because I will not need that. Actually, I should probably grab that chest cart just for sorting purposes on the unloader I'm going to be using next door, as well as I think I have loaders in here. Yes, I do. So let's throw this, and I don't need those cards. Let's throw all that in there in my ME system. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up because this has all the stuff I should need in it. and I'm going to take a nap, and then I will meet you over there. And we are now at my ore processing / energy generation area. And what I have, I brought my train over as well. What I already have here, I actually need to move. I need the item unloader to be over here, and then I need the item loader stuff to be over here. So let's go ahead and get this all changed up. This advanced item loader, it needs to be, like I said, over here. So let's go ahead and set that up. I'm going to set this up to unload all items, and we can fix what it sends over to the reactor that I have in the basement of that building over there later. For right now, I'm not going to worry about it. I have my modular storage unit over here, and let's grab some of the things that we'll need real fast. First of all, let's get rid of the item duct and that servo, because I don't need that right now. And what I do need is I need some locking track, and I need my loaders and unloaders. So let's grab those. And I also need chest guards. So let's see here. Let's hook up the locking track right here. This will be set for the chest cart, and we'll do it on complete. And then over here we need a loader, that is. So let's go ahead and actually let's grab some stone, because I have some stone over here as well. And let's cover this guy up, and then we can do the advanced item loader here. And this will load items into the cart after they are processed. So what I'm going to do is my ore processing will be over there in that building. And let's actually grab this whole thing, and let's go over there. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up real fast, or I'm going to set part of it up. I'm not sure if I'm going to set it all up. And actually, it looks like I forgot my elevators. That's not a big deal. We can deal with that later if I need to. So, okay, I think I'm actually going to set this up in the basement, because what we're going to do is we're going to have some I'm going to build an interesting system here that is kind of inspired by one of the first automations I ever made in Minecraft. And this was vanilla Minecraft, mind you. It was somewhat akin to a super smelter. It had furnaces with a lot of hoppers and chest carts running back and forth to feed the furnaces so that I could auto smelt things. So that's kind of gonna be what I'm gonna be building. So I need track, I need pulverizers, I need furnaces, and I will probably need some item duct as well, which I should have somewhere. There it is. And I will probably need to build a few chests. I might not, though. Actually, I don't know that I do. So let's... Actually, I'm not so sure I want to build this in the basement anymore. You know what? I can build one of them in the basement and one of them up top. So down here, we're going to build the pulverizer only line. So actually what I want to do is I want to raise this up off the floor a little bit and put the pulverizers, let's say right here. And I'm going to do 4 pulverizers up here. On top of them, actually, let's configure them first. And I should have probably brought some red prints, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is on the top is just going to be the input. On the bottom is going to be the outputs. And I think that'll work all right. And then we can do some hoppers. And I should have a bunch of hoppers in here. And I do mean a bunch. So let's go ahead and let's set up hoppers on top first. So let's actually configure these to be blue on top and orange on bottom. So there, and then we'll put hoppers here. On top of the hoppers, we're going to have some track. And the track will just run like this. And then what I'm actually going to do over here is we're going to raise this up. And actually, I should have buffer stops with me somewhere. So I should have 2 buffer stops here. I want to place it there. And I'm not 100% sure if this will work. But I hope it does. And actually, you know what? I do want to move this back. And what I mean by that is I actually want to move this like that, so that I don't have a sloped track on this hopper right here. So let's go ahead and relay the track. And then let's do that buffer stop again. I'm not 100% sure if this will work, but I kind of hope it does. So, and let's see. I actually want, you know what? I'm going to do the pulverizer line over here, and then I'll do the other line, let's say right here somewhere. So the pulverizer and furnace line, let's do right here. And I'm trying to think, how's the best way to do this? Because I've never done this before. I would kind of, actually, let's do it kind of aside. That way I can run some flux duct like right between them. So let's put some pulverizers right here like this. And in between will be flux duct. At least that's the plan for right now. Let's go ahead and set up our hoppers on top. Whoops, did not mean to do that. And let's do the stone over here. And actually, just to make this look a little bit nicer, let's just do an L shape here. And then let's lay our track. And let's do the buffer stop again. And actually, I should have some of the power track here. And I will probably, I definitely need to do that. And I need to be careful because the hoppers cannot have redstone signal. But that's something that I can figure out a little bit later. So beneath these, actually, let's go ahead and set these up before I forget. Let's do the main output to the bottom. And I just realized I'm going to have a problem because the secondary outputs of some of the ores are not actually smeltable. So I'm going to have to turn these around. But after I do that, that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so main output to the bottom. The secondary output needs to be to the back, which is the yellow. So it needs to be blue, red, yellow. Blue, red, yellow. Actually, that's pretty easy. Okay, so how to do something about the secondary outputs. I think I'll just use item ducts to get those out. I think that'll be the easiest way to do that. And you know what? I'm also going to do item ducts out of the bottom of these, just to make things a little bit simpler. In the future, I might make this some sort of rail system, but for right now, I'm not going to do that. Just to try to keep things simple and to get things up and running. So the furnaces for this line need to be down here, and I want them to face the same way. What we need to do is input from the top and output to the back. So that's pretty easy setup. And unfortunately, I don't have red prints with me, but it's not a big deal because I'm only setting up 4 of each of these machines. And then we can just hook up item ducts like this. What I think I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back to my hub base, and I'm going to grab some powered rails as well as some redstone torches, because I will need powered rails along these tracks right here to keep the carts going. And once I grab that stuff, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have some redstone torches as well as powered track, and I also grabbed elevators just to spruce things up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I already made this little platform here. I'm going to put a redstone torch here, and then I'm going to put some booster track across like so. And let's see, that will extend all the way, so that's good. That's exactly what I want to see. So now what I want to do is I actually want to burrow into the wall here. So let's do that real fast. And I should need my shovel. And let's not fall. If we dig over, we should eventually get to be underneath. not where I need to go, because let me go up and orient myself. Actually, that should be the right direction. Okay, so actually I should probably come over here and I should do a little bit of digging underneath my item unloader here, because that is going to be where the items are coming from. So let's go ahead and do that. I was actually just one over, so that's not too bad. And I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up having 2 different lines of item ducts coming out of this unloader here, and they're going to be dropping down to down here, and then I'm going to do a little bit of magic to get them onto carts, and then I will get the carts moving. So let's actually tear out this wall real fast. Actually, I probably should have grabbed a couple more buffer stops as well. And actually, I need to replace that because that needs to be there. Okay, so I do need some servos. I also need some item loaders. I have those with me. I have locking track as well. So I need the servos. And we do have those. I will also need all the different items, so let's actually throw most of the stuff in my inventory that I don't need right now. I need the locking track, I need the loaders, I probably need all this track stuff. I'm going to need the item ducts, don't need that. I shouldn't need that. Okay, so let's get our ores here, let's organize them. So the Certus, charged Certus is over here, the copper is over here, diamond is this. Right now I'm just organizing them the same way as I had them organized earlier on, in which the just pulverizer recipes will be over here, and then the pulverizer and furnace recipes will be on the left. Okay, so the redstone is over here. Few more silver needs to be over here. Tin is over here and yellow is over here. Okay, so I need to be a little bit careful, but that's okay. First off, let's set up our couple of item ducts. And we can place one here and one right here. And then the servos will go here and here. And those both need to be on all the time. They need to be whitelist. And nearest first is completely fine. Okay, so for this first servo, let's do the items that need pulverized and furnace. So all that stuff right there. And then these right here will be the just pulverized recipes. So that is perfect. Okay, so the pulverizer and furnace recipes will need to go right here. We're going to have some track that comes from this way. And okay, so let's do the track first, and then I can go ahead and do the item unloader. And actually, let's do this as well. And that needs to be there. Crud. It's gonna cramp me a little bit. Okay, so that's the loader. These do need to be locking tracks. And I do need to set them up to be the carts. But for right now, what I can go ahead and do is I can go ahead and fill these buffers. So this is all of this stuff over here. So let's do that. And then let's throw this stuff in here. And I could have set the filters, but I don't think I need to be honest. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to run these impulse item ducts, I think, yes. So this is the pulverizer only, so that actually, I did not do that in the best way, but it's going to be okay. I have covers, so I can use those to cover things up and make them look nice after I totally mutilate all of this right here. So we're just going to drop that down and run that. You know what, I can probably run that from here, and what I can do is I can hit that with a crescent hammer, and then we can do that. Okay, so this over here needs to just be this right there. That should be fine. That should work well. And then what I need to do is I need to hook these up to this track right here. So where did my items go? I need to grab stone. And I actually probably need to go back to my main base and grab a couple buffer stops. I think that's probably something I'm going to need to do. Actually, you know what? I don't think I will. I think there's a way I can kind of get around that. If I do something like that didn't connect up. I expected that to connect up. I don't know why that didn't connect up. Phooey. Okay, so let's not worry about that just yet. Okay, so actually I want this to be a regular track, but the rest of it can be the power track. At least I believe so. Oh, shoot. Okay, so this right here, let's go ahead and not do that. Actually want to lift that up and have it like... I want that to stop. I actually probably need buffer tracks. I was really hoping not to have to do that, because that means I need to go and run to my other base again, because I don't have the supplies over here to make buffer stops. And you know what? I can't have locking track here. And you know what? I want to bump these over as well. So let's actually get rid of the locking track. Let's bump these over to make it a little bit simpler here. Loader there. And actually we can go ahead and put those ores back. And then unloader here. And let's connect these back up. And then let's see, there's, I probably need buffer stops, crud. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, and actually I wanna make these powered as well, if I can. Which means the carts won't actually stop as they come past the loader, but it should still be quick enough that the loader is able to load them. Because the loaders load the carts rather quickly, and the carts will be traveling back and forth quite rapidly, so hopefully it'll all work out. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back to my other base. I'm going to grab a couple of the buffer stops because I believe I need them for this, and then I will be right back. And I'm back with a couple of buffer stops. I actually have 4 of them, but I have enough for what I need to do, so we just need to hook up the buffer stops like so, and hopefully if I grab a couple of the carts and a crowbar as well, and then I should be able to get this party started. So let's actually just grab 2 of them, and let's get rid of some of the stuff I don't need right now. What I want to do is I want to put a cart here, and let's put our crowbar right here for right now. Let's whack it, let's get it going, and what the cart should do, it should kind of just go back and forth. And let's see if the pulverizers are getting items. They are, so that's fantastic. That's exactly what I want to see. Fantastic. So let's hit this guy and send it going back and forth. So it's kind of like Metronome. It's actually, I really like this. So what I need to do next is I need to hook up these guys to power. So I actually have some flux duct with me. And let's grab that. I have the redstone energy flux duct. It is a pretty good flux duct. I actually don't think I've made this on camera, and I probably should have. It's made pretty much the same way that the impulse item duct is, except it requires redstone. And I actually need to hook up the power to this guy over here. This generator, which is right here. So let's see, the energy is right here. Let's bat a hole in this wall, and let's run this out. So now we have access to it out there. Let's go ahead and turn this guy on. He's going to make a lot more power than I actually need right now, but that's completely okay. It's a pretty efficient reactor. It's definitely not the most efficient reactor in the world, but it is pretty efficient. And let's just run this across. And actually I have a hole right here, so that's good. And let's not get runned over. And yes, I said that on purpose. And I actually want to run this over all the way to the wall here, and then we can run it across. I didn't mean to do that. So these carts should move in perpetuity because of the booster track there. So that is kind of nice. Let's run that through there. And then as soon as we hook this up, we should have power. Okay, I heard it come on, so that's good. That's what we wanted to hear. Actually, that's just kind of loud. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I actually need to get the items out of the furnaces down here and the pulverizers over here. And I need to get them back to the item loader over here. And actually, let's start over here and just run it over. Actually, we can use a little bit of the tunnel that we have. So if I do run this over like so, and then run this through, let's actually go down here. And I actually need to wrench that. I need to wrench that. I need to wrench that. And I need to wrench that. But after that, everything should be good. Actually, let's come up underneath it just to make things a little bit easier. And that should be good. That should be hooked up now. And then I actually need to hook it up from this side. And let's just drop it down like so. And then let's hook this up like that. So all the items now should be able to get out and get to the unloader over there. And let's run over there and see if that's happening. And if that's happening, I will be very happy. Okay, so there's items starting to come over here. I expected more, to be honest, but that's okay. You know what? That looks fine. And we're starting to get some of the pulverized silver as well. And so yeah, I think this will work fine. So let's go ahead and start this guy up. Let's run him on not the super fastest mode, but a little bit kind of slow mode here. And let's see if this locks up. Oh, okay, so he's already full of stuff, so he can't do anything more. So next time he comes around, he should stop at this advanced item unloader and unload all of those items there. And it looks like the little mechanism I set up is going to work down here. So I'm pretty excited about that, because I haven't done this in a very, very long time. It's literally been years since I've set something like this up, and it looks like it's going to work good. So I'm very excited about that. So anyways, actually, in today's episode, I set up the system that will auto smelt my items for me. I'm definitely going to clean it up in between episodes to make it look a little better, but functionally, it looks like it's functioning like it should, which is awesome because it will automatically smelt a lot of the items that I'm getting automatically, and that's exciting because I haven't had that yet in the series. So anyways, if you liked today's episode, definitely give it a like. If you enjoy watching automation in modern Minecraft, such as weird contraptions like this, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.